So we're really quite clearly seeing that renewables are the driver of our electricity bills, and that in a falling gas price context, you can't really sustain that argument anymore that gas is responsible. There is not a hope that we can connect AI data centers to the GB power grid, either for the primary supply or for backup. Tech companies, and they're probably going to start lobbying the government to get exemptions and dispensations on the emissions rules to be able to run small gas and diesel units behind the meter. The message that a lot of the African delegates at this conference were giving was that their primary concern is not climate. They don't see a climate emergency. They see a poverty crisis. Expensive energy and insecure energy harm lives and livelihoods far faster than climate issues would.
Exploration drilling is the leading indicator. It's the canary in the coal mine, and it's telling us something about what the state of the industry is today. The thing that's impacting the activity is absolutely policy, not geology. We do think that there are some signs that there's a bit of a shift going on in sentiment.
Yes. Okay, this is what I want to get to. Yep.
The Conservatives in Reform have clearly shifted their policy, and even someone like Dale Vince, who I've commented to others is literally the second least likely person in the whole of the UK that I thought might express these views, has said that he thinks that we should continue with the North Sea. And we're risking hitting tipping points on key pieces of critical infrastructure, which could then cause a dramatic and chaotic decline. The fact that they're self-inflicted wounds is also possibly an optimistic aspect, because being self-inflicted wounds, they can also be self-healed. And we've also confirmed to government that we could live with a permanent windfall tax, but just one that's designed properly, that actually properly taxes real windfalls. The problem that we've had is that they've been in power now since July last year, and we've only had consultations. We haven't had policy.
And this is where I think if the sector was a bit more muscular when it came to discourse with the public and helping the public to understand just how important hydrocarbons are to their lives. This is huge. The idea that Norway is reducing its electricity exports to Denmark is a pretty seismic shift. And the EU and Britain will just have to suck it up if that's what Norway decides to do.
As an industry, we've always taken the view that we can manage price risk and we can manage subsurface risk. Sure. Things that are really difficult to manage is the kind of fiscal and policy uncertainty that's been thrown at us over the last few years.
You've got to survive a potentially difficult policy environment up to 2029, if that's when the next election is. But you can have some reasonable confidence that from that point onwards, things will be better.